Good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome to episode 100 of Sports Talk with Rags. And today we are joined here by the Churchland alum, Marvin, the Big Show Rogers. How
Man,
you doing, Show?
what's good, man? Talk to me. How
Hey,
you doing?
oh man, I'm doing great. And first of all, I got to give a big shout out to our our mutual friend Mike Sharp, that not only
Good
gave
guy.
me the idea to start this podcast, but then also hooked the two of us up to have you be my guest here on my
Yeah,
100th episode.
good guy, man. Mike Sharp is a good guy, man. It's not too many stand-up guys. Mike Sharp is one of them. He's a stand-up guy.
That's right. So, hey, let's start at the beginning. I mean, Mike Sharp and I grew up at Western Branch, but before Mike Sharp moved over to Western Branch, he grew up in Churchland, and I know that you're from Portsmouth and playing the game of basketball.
Yeah. All over Portsmouth, man. Moved around as a kid. Never was really stable. I was stable for like 6 years. We used to stay out at Lee Hall, but I moved around a lot downtown. Stayed with my grandmother, son, my Cavalier Minor. Stayed with my godmother a little bit. Out Old Churchland, you
Yeah.
know, Val. So it's, humble beginnings. You know what I'm saying? It's not too much different from anybody else that's from the city.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So with playing basketball there in Churchland, and what graduated there in 96, right?
95. I only played one full year though. Only played
Okay.
one full year. That's what a lot of people don't understand. You know, I didn't have a I didn't play 40 games in high school.
Right.
I didn't even play 40 games in high school. So I only played one full season at Churchland. So everything I did was basically in a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, not only playing basketball there in Churchland for only a year, but I know that you definitely, played for Boo and were teammates
Yeah.
of AI and Joe Smith.
Yeah, buckets all day long, man. Playing with them two guys, man. We had a lot of talent on that team too. I was young with a lot of snot on my nose, and being 13 years old, being around them guys at an early age, it definitely shaped me. Um, it shaped me in a lot of good ways, and it shaped me in a lot of bad ways. So but we'll take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's all that matters. We'll take the good with the bad any day.
Yeah. Hey, one of the earlier guests that I had, and Mike joined me with that one. But back in March, we had AI's high school backcourt teammate Tony Rutland
That's my guy.
on the podcast.
That's my guy. I love Tony. Tony, a shooter. You know what I'm saying? I love him to death. He saved us a lot of games. So I just, I honestly, I think Tony should get a lot more credit than what he does. Tony's a very like humble guy. He's not outspoken like I am, but he's he's a very quiet guy. He got the job done. So that's what it is. Blessing playing with him.
Yeah, and and after he graduated from Bethel, went on to Wake Forest and was teammates there of Tim Duncan and Randolph
Yeah,
Childress.
yeah. Randolph, big dog. Tim, yeah, they big dog. You know what it is.
So, hey, what was the opportunity of playing college basketball after high school was done?
Man, which opportunity.
Yeah.
After high school, my life changed. I went to West Virginia. Listen, I want people because I don't really talk about it too much, but
Yeah.
West Virginia was the best part of my life. And at first, it was kind of but West Virginia was the best part of my life. Going through everything that I went and West Virginia was, I don't know, was dope, man. Talk to me, ask me about it, Rags. I ain't,
Yeah. Well,
that's
hey,
everything. It ain't,
what was it? I mean, they're at Morgantown, and I mean, the logo of the NBA, Jerry West is from West Virginia. I mean,
yeah.
just Mountaineer basketball.
Yeah, and listen, it was Mountaineer basketball, and it was also Mountaineer. Am I allowed to say hell on this podcast? All right, that's what's good. It ended up turning into Mountaineer hell, man, because like, like I don't like getting back to it. The trouble that I got into at West Virginia, Mike. Let's be real, man.
Yeah.
I'm from what? I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia. We probably got what 29,000 people. Right. Like probably average, basically a small town. And when something come out in West Virginia like sexual assault, and people they start looking at you like kind of crazy because people believe what they put in the media. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people really believe they'll believe the media, and like what you got to realize is the lie sounds better than the truth. Mm-hmm. And I'm able to talk about it. So like a lot of people don't like me talking about it. Right. I don't know why you don't like me talking about it, because it ain't happened to you. It happened to me.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and it became a racial situation. You know what I'm saying? And you'll never hear me complain about it, because that was the best time of my life. It shaped me for this world. Because I grew up, I've always been a nice guy. I'm just into ball. Right. I had friends, they was into a lot of other things, and I love them guys to death. You know what I'm saying? But when you hear something like that, a lot of people, they just go off what they hear, and you know what I'm saying? And the only thing you can do is just keep going. But it's crazy, because like as I got older, like people start saying, "Oh, we know you ain't doing it." No, I need you to keep that same energy you had when the media, when it came out on ESPN and USA Today. Keep that same energy. Don't come to me saying now, "Man, we know you ain't do it," or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Rags. Listen, my life is crazy, man. I've had a crazy life. I've dated celebrities. I've never had a problem with a woman or anything like that. But I didn't realize how much I was worth when I was at West Virginia. And a lot of things was kept away from me. From my family, you know what I'm saying? My family didn't know. Like a lot of things was kept away from them. A lot of things that was going on behind the scenes back in the day with college was, with me was kept away. It was, I'm a very loud person, but I lived a quiet life. No one never knew what was going on with me. So they would always assume or whatever, but I don't know where they would get them assumptions from, because I wasn't really close with nobody. I never allowed nobody to get that close to me because of what was going on with me with basketball.
Right. Yeah. And let's see, but hey, you gotta, you picked yourself up, and you got a second chance there at Wright State.
Yeah, I did. And it was, big ups to Calipari and his whole crew. Like they all went to the NBA with the New Jersey Nets. One of the coaches came down and wanted to play college ball. DeMarcus Cousins' father was my coach at a junior college. Only went there for 1 year.
Right.
I got my associate's degree, made the All-American team or whatever, and went on to Wright State. But like I said, it was a learning process for me. Because I've always been laughing and joking, playing ball or whatever. But it was people around me that was real serious about my career, that was investing into my career. It was a lot of people around me that didn't like because of some of the choices that I made, and they used that against a young man. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I think my mom for everything that she did. No, she just didn't want me to be around bad people. You know what I'm saying? Even with my decision to go into Churchland, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, they expected me to go to Wilson and Norcom, but when you're playing on a certain level and you go into certain tournaments and you have certain people telling you to go to certain schools, and, people just have to look back into their records. Like I had a 1.3 GPA, and that's not anything that I'm happy about, but I was the only one that year to sign Division I. So, I hate to say it, it's politicians usuals, just like Jay-Z selling his first album, it's politicians usuals. That's just how it goes. But people just have to start putting two and two together. And like by the time again, Rags, when they start putting 2 and 2 together, the first thing, man, we knew you was smart. No, I need you to get that same energy you had when it came out. You know what I'm saying? Look, that's the energy I need. I don't need that other energy now, because that's, is something's wrong with you. Now, you making me think I'm looking at you sideways now. So that's how I get down.
Hey, and I saw that when you were at Wright State, opened up the season with hosting Old Dominion, and Jeff and Jason Capel's dad coached Old Dominion at that time, and Wright State beat the Monarchs.
Yeah, that was everybody knew I can shoot the three my whole career. That was my highlight game. Was a game right at the beginning of the year. We had just played Central Michigan, and I started at the point in that game. I had 28. Like I said, big shout outs to Coach Sheelan and, Coach Hughley coming from out of that Calipari system or whatever. They just let me rock. And but everybody knew I can shoot the three. And, like I said, that was in the 90s. And a lot of people didn't understand that. They didn't know how to coach it. Players around me didn't know how to play with it. A lot of my homeboys would be like, man, they hating on you because you da. No, they just don't know. You can't hate on something you don't know, So they don't know. They haven't played at the level. They weren't playing where I was playing at. They wasn't sneaking in New York City. I used to slide out and go to New York City and play all the time. And I never told anybody. But for one, it wasn't nobody's business. But for two, like when you growing up in my household, Mom was like, you better shut your mouth, and whatever happens in this house, you go keep it in this house. So, that's what I've done, you know what I'm saying? So it's cool though, like it all eventually ended up coming out anyway. And it was, I don't know. They were the golden years of my life. Like I liked it as much as I was in the media and stuff. I love my privacy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I love my friends and my family around me for that. Because they always believed in me, you know what I'm saying? Right. They always believed in me.
Yeah, and after college, played some semi-pro ball and was also teammates there of Roy Jones Jr.
Man, listen, you see how I got the hoodie on? Look, I'm putting it wrong. You see, I got the hoodie on. Like, Roy's my guy, man. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Like, I guess, do you want to call it playing in the D League or whatever semi-pro ball? Because now the G League is getting blessed and getting praised. And like back in the day when Roy first picked me up, again, nobody knew I was dealing with Roy Jones. Like I didn't let anybody know what. Like he was the heavyweight, he was the world champion, like middleweight, like he was beating everybody.
Right.
Like, why would I tell somebody back home, man, I'm up there, Roy got me staying with him. I'm playing with him. No one's gonna believe that. We from Portsmouth, they don't believe that, So I'm not telling them that. They don't need to know that, But he changed my life, man. He was part owner of the Orlando Magic back then. And they had their little pro team out there, and he took care of me, man. And Roy's my guy. Roy still takes care of me now. He's the reason why my talk show is doing what it's doing. I give it to Roy. Like, he was one of my first interviews, and he gave me an exclusive on the Mike Tyson fight with him and Mike Tyson. Yeah. So Roy's my guy. I appreciate Roy. Roy's big brother, man. His birthday was yesterday, man. So, he's always been like a big brother to me. It's kind of like anything you do, I can do way better. Like he be doing it so big. I'd be like, Roy, oh my goodness, but like I said, I appreciate Roy, and I appreciate him for what he's done for my staff, how he's put them on. Big shout outs to Keisha, Mr. Peacock, and John. Love y'all to death. Love y'all like a play cousin.
Yeah, and let's see. You also had the opportunity of playing overseas and also on the N1 circuit.
Yeah, it was actually the street ball circuit. I would not ever give a shoe company none of that credit, because I did that on my own. Right. To be honest with you, a good friend of mine, let me see, how can I put this? He was basketball sponsor, right, back in the day. And I used to go to New York with him, and you know, he introduced me to a lot of street ball guys, and you know, that also enhanced my ball handling skills. But he introduced me to a lot of street ball guys, and he used to always make sure I was good and I didn't have to worry about nothing. Mom ain't have to worry about rent. And I'm like, wow, all I gotta do is go and we beat Jay-Z or Puff them tonight, or we beat Fat Joe team. This is what he's giving me, you know. So, you know, and it just got real serious, and it got to the point to where I didn't want to come back home. Like, you know, they gave me a place to stay, you know, plenty of money in my pocket, you know, hanging with a different celebrity every night. You know, I don't know. I mean, I had a chance to meet Jay-Z at an early age, like before who he is now, you know.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. You know, that's a blessing, just being able to be around somebody like that at that age. And that molded me to go from Allen Iverson to Roy Jones Jr. to Jay-Z. So I'm hitting all this before I'm 22 years old. And I'm like, boy, if you don't master this life experience thing, you crazy.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I'm looking at myself. Like, look at these guys. You know, Jay-Z never sat down and talked to me and was like, listen, this is what we're going to do. Blah, 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 blah. He never did that. But you have to be around a person and you have to look at and see what they're doing. You know, look at their routine. Look at how they, you know, everybody always claim they want to be different, but people really don't want to be different. And Jay was that. Roy was that. Iverson was that. I learned a lot from the guys. Even Master P, I learned a lot from him when he took over my sports agency. I learned a lot from Master P. So them four guys right there, they was my I looked at what they did, and you know, I kind of like tried to piggyback off of it as much as I could, but I ain't nowhere close to them guys. But it's cool though to get that experience, and you know, I think experience is the best teacher. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, I just kept my mouth closed, man. That's all. You know, talking loud but not letting nobody hear nothing. You know?
Yeah, and then also Mike Sharp, he was sorry that he couldn't join us tonight, but he wanted me to bring up the Rutgers Park experience.
I mean, listen, man, like I said, you know, winning back-to-back championships in the Rucker is probably I won a national. All right, but the clout. It's all right. Winning the Rucker Park, the clout you get with ball. Like everyone comes through there. It's not one NBA player that didn't come through there. And I'm talking the real Rucker.
Right.
You know, when guys from the South wasn't really accepted to be in New York. See, people don't know that now. They're a lot friendlier now, whatever, but I wasn't accepted when I first went to New York. Are you serious? I'm 6'11" with a handle and can shoot, and I'm not from there. No one liked me, you know, and I wasn't quiet. You know what I'm saying? I let people know that this is what you're gonna have tonight. This is what you're dealing with until this game is over with, you know. And you know, I don't know. Coming from where I'm coming from, you know, like I said, just playing in different spots where I played at in the 757, you know, you learn how to put that ball on the floor and dribble. You get fouled so much. Don't nobody want you to win the game. Game point, everybody's fouling you, you know. So you learn that fast. But I was able to put it on a platform at the Rucker, and able to win 2 championships out there with Team Posse. I was able to play with Team Rock out there. And it was just great. It was a great experience. I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Yeah. And you know, the thing is, Show, I mean, you know, Mike and I grew up together from middle school all the way up. He was a year older than me, but I didn't realize just what just what a mentor Boo Williams was to the basketball players, even back when we were growing up. I mean, when I had Mike and Tony Rutland on the podcast back in March, we spent like 10, 15 minutes and they were talking about the early days of Boo Williams basketball.
Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Boo is like my pops for real. And like, you know, big shout outs to Boo. Like Boo used to come pick me up when it wasn't no Merrimack Tunnel. It was the James River Bridge. All right. 40 minutes. Let's get it. 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like Boo would come pick me up. He would come pick me and Joe Smith up.
Yeah.
And you know, and we would hoop, man. And Boo was just I don't know, man. He's an amazing guy. Like I still don't think he get enough credit.
Yeah.
For what he has done. And we as players, I still don't think we give him enough credit for what he has done, man. Get that man his flowers, get that man his buckets, because if it wasn't for him,
yeah,
I definitely wouldn't be sitting here. A whole lot of us wouldn't be where we're at. And, you know, as we become adults, we don't need to forget them things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're the things you need to remember. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what Mike and Tony talked about, how Boo would drive a van and pick up the players and drive to tournaments. You know, there was no hop on the plane back in the day.
Hop on no plane. Nike won't giving out all that money they giving out now. You know what I'm saying? Now it's crazy. We get listen, the only way you was getting some Nike stuff, you had to go to the camp. Like me, Tony, Iverson, and Joe Smith we was going to the Nike camp. So that's how I was getting a lot of my stuff. Now every player that plays on the circuit gets everything. I mean, they come home for the weekend. I'd be like, oh my God, did you go shopping in Atlanta? Or did you play ball? You know? So it's crazy now. But now, like I say, you know, everything's like when it was crazy. Like a lot of people don't even know. Like before I went to Churchland was wearing Champions. When I went to Churchland, Nike took over that situation. That was like it's about as big as it get. Like they'll look out for the team, they'll make sure the jersey's sweet. They'll probably send me a couple of the exclusive pair of shoes probably every 2 or 3 months. But it's not like it is now. Good gracious. Like now it doesn't make no sense at all. I'd be like, did y'all guys already make it? Like these guys be coming in my gym training with me. I'd be like, man, it's crazy. So that's what's up, man. That's the difference between back then and now. And thank God these kids, they have that, because a lot of them probably wouldn't have them shoes or whatever if Nike wasn't giving them to them. So that's just dope for Nike to do that.
Yeah, and with your relationship with Boo Williams, you get to train some of the top prospects there in the DMV.
Listen, Boo hooked me up with my first couple of clients. I was going down to Hampton. And, you know, like I said, Boo is like pops. You know what I'm saying? Like he always, Marvin, I don't think you should do that, Marvin. I don't agree with that. You know, I'd be like, all right, Boo, you know, because I'm a very stubborn person and I don't listen to a lot of people. But that's one of the guys that I listen to, you know, and he don't even have to say much, you know. He might not know that, but I'll remind him every time. To Boo, I'm still like that little kid. Like I call him and text him and nag him. I will call Boo 3 times in a row. I'd be like, Boo, pick up your phone. It's me. I'd be like, Boo, pick your phone up, Boo. Pick your phone up. So that's just what it is. And his wife love her to death. She still see the 13-year-old in me every time we talk. I'm like, I got kids, you know, I got kids, I got custody of my kids and everything. Like, I'm a grown man now, but she still look at me as, you know, and I like that. That's what's up. You know, that's home. That's home.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just amazing on how, you know, I mean, I grew up in a military family. So when I moved here in the fall of '87 and my brother was a freshman at Western Branch, you know, he played JV football. He played 4 years of varsity baseball, but everybody would go to the gym at Western Branch when Indian River would come across town. Because when my brother was a freshman, that's when Zoe was a senior, you know. And then when we were coming up, you know, then AI, Joe Smith, I mean, just our area, just with the basketball talent, and then here in the NBA now with the Mavericks. You got
Dorian
Dorian Finney-Smith from
Big
Portsmouth.
shout out. Big shout
And
out, Dodo. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then Cam Thomas. They're from
Buckets. Cam Thomas is a bucket. I'm just leave that like that. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna say Cam Thomas is a walking bucket, and Cam Thomas has been a walking bucket ever since Mike introduced me to Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas has always been a walking bucket. I don't know anything else to say about him but a walking bucket. I like the young man. Big shout outs to Leslie, but I like the young man. You know, he just, I don't know. He's very humble and he's very hardworking.
Yeah.
And he don't say much at all, you know. And I like that. I like that about Cam. I love that about Cam.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just the talent, the talent when we were growing up was there here in the area, and the talent now, you know, out of the athletes that call Portsmouth and Chesapeake, you know, the 757 home.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely hard to compete back home. I know that's what shaped me for like a lot of my endeavors with basketball or whatever. I don't know. It just shaped me. It made it easier for me all the way around, on and off the floor. You know, on and off the floor. It was just the era that I grew up in. It was a very, very talented era, not just for sports but for entertainment as well. You know what I'm saying? And people was really grinding, and people are really, you know, the people that grinded back there, they really doing what they're supposed to be doing now. So you can't do nothing but appreciate that. You can't take a man's work away from him. Like somebody that's been sticking to it, it don't matter how long you hold them back from getting it. They're going to get there eventually, because it's a mindset thing. So I can appreciate my era that I grew up in 757. It was lovely. I wouldn't trade that for anything.
Yeah. So what? I know that you're training top prospects there in the DMV, but what else is a day for the show these days?
Oh my gosh. Well, let me start with my daughters. I think I'll be crazy to not start with them. I have custody of my two daughters. Love them to death. Being a father is like the first thing on my list. Am I allowed to curse on this podcast? Am I allowed to say ASS? Is that bad?
What?
Is ASS bad?
Right.
But all right, I worked my pass off, you know,
right.
To make sure that they're good. You know what I'm saying? I got a little son. His name is LJ. You know, he's shooting the ball and stuff now. I come back home, he's always, yeah, look at this. You know, he's a big time gamer. You know, and that's what's up. I got the best baby mama in the world, though. You know, my daughter's mother. Let me take that back. I'm not gonna say baby mama, because baby mama is a bad term. Everybody say baby mama. Oh my God, she's giving him. No, it's not that. No, my daughter's mom is the greatest. She's from out of Portsmouth. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's mom is the greatest. You know, love her to death. To folk how she sacrifices for them kids and whatever. And you know, that's just dope. It's dope to have a great support system around you. And you know, just like between her and like my few little friends that I have, because I don't really deal with a lot of people. I stay on the court all the time. Yeah. Or you know, and then we've got DBS Buckets Live. You know, we got DBS Buckets Live talk show. That's on 4 now. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you may see up there. You never know. Rags, I got to get you up there, man. You never know who you may see up there. Rags, we be wilding up there, Rags. Now, Rags, listen. Now, you see, you got the little Apple thing. That's popping. You know what I'm saying? So we on regular TV. That's why I'm asking, can I say words like pass and stuff like that? Because on the television network, we can't say them, you know, but on my IG page that a lot of the celebrities was on, we can say them words. But like, I thank God for like putting me in a situation to where kids can learn from my mistakes, learn from my experiences, learn to where I'm going, and learn how I keep my face and my nose, straight with what I'm doing. So yeah, that's a whole day with the Big Show right there, man. Like, tending to my 3 little ones,
Yeah.
making sure that, the buckets drop in the gym, and making sure the cameras is rolling, and there's you never know who's sitting in the hot seat with me.
Yeah.
It might be anybody. So.
Well, hey, I'm certainly ready if things can work out and you want me to come on. I certainly appreciate your
No.
time to come on here on my 100th episode here.
100. Hey, yo, I might be special, baby. This is 100. Oh, let me hold up, Rags. Let me chill for a second. This is the 100th episode, man. Like, thank you so much, like, for having me on. Like, congratulations to you to have 100 episodes. I think after 50 episodes, people gonna get sick of hearing me talk.
Right.
So for you to make it to 100, Rags, that's good. They will cancel my pass. They're gonna cancel my pass. So I'm sorry, like, but no, congratulations, man, to make it to 100 episodes, man. Like, and and I feel kind of special that I'm the 100th episode, man. Maybe I might be interesting or something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Well, hey, man. I mean, I work for the government here in downtown Portsmouth at the shipyard, coming up on 25 years, and talk about networking and everything. But I mean, this area, I mean, especially back in the day, Churchland, Western Branch, I mean, right down the street from each other. I mean, it's just amazing on here, friends from back in the day, and you still stay in contact today.
Oh man, like, see, the thing about me, let me say this, and I'm speaking for a lot of the guys in the 757 that has made a name for themselves. All right. I'm gonna always stay in contact. I'm gonna always be the guy, like, man, that's Show. Oh man, that's Marvin. No one's that busy. Okay. Now I'm being 100. No one is that busy to where you either can't return a phone call or DM. You're not that busy. It's no human in this world is that busy, but probably Jay-Z, Beyonce, and me. You know what I'm saying? So, no one's that busy, man. Like, to not return something. And like, like a lot of people they be requesting a lot of athletes in the area, and people always be saying, I can't get in contact with that person, or they not listen. People be having teams around them. So a lot of things when people say, I can't get in contact with this person, or I couldn't get in contact with that person never heard you contact them.
Right.
It stopped at their team. So you can't get mad at that person. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't, the people that's really close to me, or the people that really know me, they know how to contact me, man. Like, it ain't, I don't be on that. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's why God keep blessing me, because I don't be on that. I don't act like something I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that.
Right.
And I just thank God that I'm like that now. I don't have a problem with you do act like that, or you are like that, but I just know when people trying to get in contact with certain people in the area, and they want to do an interview or something with them, it's not always that athlete that's shutting it down. They have people around them that shut it down. So don't get mad at the athlete. All right. Like, don't get mad at him, because he probably never even heard that you was trying to get in contact with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at my DMs, and my DMs on Instagram or whatever, they be off the hook, Rags. And we get to talking about that, Rags. We're gonna have to switch the content of this podcast. So I try to balance it, man. Balance. But
yeah. So, well, hey, Show, certainly appreciate your time. It's been great to connect with you, and maybe the next time I'm in the DMV, maybe we can hook up there in person, or get Sharp to
Yeah.
to meet up with us or something.
Yeah, come on. Listen, you come on up here. I'm gonna take you to either Carolina's Kitchen or Sobe. All right.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna take you to either one of them two restaurants. We'll go chill out at them two restaurants. So we're gonna go chill out. We're gonna go eat. You know what I'm saying? You probably want to go to a Wizards game. We can go check my boy Kuz out. Kyle Kuzma's killing them now. He's on a whole nother. Big shout out to Kyle Kuzma. Like, he's really doing his thing, you know. So yeah, you come on up here, man. Like, come on up here and get some of this good DMV, you know, home cooking, DMV restaurants, the lounges and stuff, you know.
Yeah, maybe we can see when the Mavericks are in town here.
That'll be a good game.
Dodo and I remember when Ben Finney played for the Monarchs.
Ben Finney was a bucket at Old Dominion.
Yeah.
People acting like they forgot about Ben. Ben was a bucket at Old Dominion. Let's not get it twisted. Right. Apple don't fall far from a tree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a bucket, you a bucket. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, Ben Finney, he was a bucket at Old Dominion. Y'all got to stop. Like, stop acting like it ain't in the family, you know? So that big shout out to all of them over there, man. Desiree, Dodo, all of them, man. Like, that's what's up. They doing their thing. People got to get behind them and support them and rally behind them. You know? Yeah. Stop. Rally behind them.
All right.
I don't even talk to Dodo like that, but I'm saying it like that because people need to start rallying behind that boy. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, he's a bucket, and he done it for the city. He done it for the area, for the whole 757 area. It's dope.
Oh yeah, I remember. Norcom was they had that nice run of state championships, and he goes to Virginia Tech, then goes to Florida, and doing his thing there in the NBA.
Look, Norcom won 6. Guzman won 6 state championships. You only got 5 fingers. Right. So I'm just trying to figure out what is he doing with the other ring, because he gonna walk around. He gonna remember B.A. Baracco on the 18. What was it, Mr. T?
Yeah,
that's how Guzman about to be walking around with all them state championship rings like Mr. T. He need to get a necklace. If he win another one, Guzman, get a necklace. Don't get no more rings.
So, well, all right. Well, hey, I'm gonna wrap this up, the 100th episode, and had Marvin the Big Show Rogers as my guest, and a shout out there for Mike Sharp hooking us up. So thanks again, Show, and talk to you later, man.
Man, that's what's up, man. Thanks to you, Rags. Thanks to Apple Podcast. Apple, listen, I'm not going to be up here no more, so I don't want y'all to cancel Rags. This was just one show for him. All right? Don't cancel him. But
thanks.
Nah, this was fun, big dog.
All right. We'll see.
Buckets. Watch the show, DBS Buckets Live on Sky 4, Sunday mornings, 12:30. Saturday night, I know y'all going to be hanging out at the bar somewhere. Stop hanging out at the bar. And if you're hanging out at the bar, tell them to turn it to Sky 4. Sky 4. That's where we getting buckets at. Thanks, Rags.
All right. Sure thing. So Sky 4.
Sky 4, Sunday mornings, 12:30. Yeah. Saturday night, whatever you want to call it. At midnight, you wait in front of your TV for 30 minutes, and then you're going to see my face up there. All right?
All right.
That's all you got to do.
All right.
All right, big dog.
See you.
All right, dog.